Here's to hoping downloading Windows Update 1909 will fix the constant crashes I've had with Adobe. I don't know what happened. The only possible thing I can think of is that the video card drivers were being strange. Because, 2020 edition Adrenalin drivers just came out for AMD. Maybe something's very buggy with them. I've upped the voltage of my 1950X twice, and it still crashes after about 10% error under completion. And it's like not a very high overclock, 3.9, 4 gigahertz at 1.3875 volts now. It was at 1.365. I haven't done anything other than that. I'm just trying to render out the brand new events I'm doing. If you hear the computer, it's just being weird with fluid and probably has some form of debris in the pump after plastic got in there after the cheap AF reservoir plastic cracked around the fill port. Because EK is terrible and I'm not using them again, or at least not one of their 5¼ inch bays for a while. Probably go XSPC next time. And yeah, we're just gonna do the whole boot up process here. It's a SSD, so thankfully it won't take too long once it gets past the loading forever screen here. All I'm trying to do is render out the video as 720p so that I can preview it with NKS so that we could dual commentate over it, because he's a great commentator. And it's a simple video. It's just, video files with text over them. And on the pretty rare occasion for freestyle, it is a timer added. A very basic timer. So like 3-4 layers. That's all it is. We're rebooting again. Perfect. I probably could remake everything in CS6 and have that be perfectly fine. I don't know though. Every time it crashes, I have the hard restart, so that means either holding the power button or turning off my UPS to force shut it down. It's a full system lock. You can tell it's a full lock by the fact that you can't even enable caps lock. The caps lock light would just be not doing its thing if it's locked up. See how it's lighting up? That means it's not locked up. That means it's good to go. It would not do that when it locks up. I mean, some big failure. I've unplugged almost all my front USBs on the computer, so it's not got any Steam controller link or any extra USB cables plugged into it. It's just running the bare minimum. The only thing I could unplug is my headset, which I'll give it a shot. Why not? What's the difference at this point? Headset is connected to my computer through pass-through, or keyboard through pass-through. Anything else is just there. The Wi-Fi antennas on top are not even for this computer. They're for the Rage computer under the table here, which I power on occasionally to keep up to date. Okay. Alright, Horizon Master. We're going to make sure that the voltage sticks because it didn't last time. There we go. Voltage is good. Of 1.3875. I'm going to close the auto updater for BIOS, whatever. I'm going to close rewash head. Going to close Parsec. Going to close Discord. Going to cancel the Steam update, or whatever it is. Going to close whatever that was. And we're going to check for updates one more time. Just to be sure. Because you never know. After finding one update, it might find 10 more. I will close the sidebar as well. Everything will be closed after it's done checking for updates. I'll open the project and try to export it. I've tried Media Encoder, that doesn't do anything different. And it's weird, it'll stop rendering progress, it'll like stop showing progress updates or time remaining, it'll freeze. I can move the mouse around, but the second I attempt to close or cancel the render, nothing happens. Checking for updates is done. Adobe, here we go. One thing I'll close is Task Manager because that can use CPU. And I'll put it on Power Saver. So if it's running into stability issues on Power Saver with increased voltage, something is wrong. Previous audio devices. Oh, that's because I unplugged my headset. Okay. Alright. Very simple thing. 720p 60, low profile. Main profile level 3.2. That's about what it should be. Low bitrate of only 9. And trying to save it as just something basic, no comms. Now I'm gonna hit export, and I'm gonna confirm I want to overwrite that file. Now I will keep moving the mouse around to show I'm not doing stuff. The computer likes to be loud. I can't wait to get a beefy air cooler and replace that water cooling system. Or at least get quieter fans for the water cooling system. Those waters are doing good, but boy are they loud. Alright, we're waiting for it to get to about 10%, maybe even before then. Again, you probably saw it's not a difficult project to render or run. I put it together in a very short amount of time compared to other projects. It's not big. It's pretty basic. Alright, we had a jump there. And it's slightly frozen, but I can still move stuff around. %. It's a 37-minute video. We can get it rendered in 12 minutes, in theory. That's what, having 16 cores, even at low clock speeds can do. The farthest it's gone was about 67%, like up to about this point. I'll feel stupid if it works now after a Windows update. It's like it only crashes if I'm not looking at it. Even though I've been sitting here before watching it and it still crashed before, but now that it's on video, it's like, oh, okay, I'll behave. Please don't hurt me. But no, it's performing good. I'm not going to move the mouse around the whole time. If it gets to 30% and it's not super dead, then awesome. And just in case I can't render on this computer for retarded reason number 30,000, I did put all the files onto a flash drive, and I can edit on the laptop if required. It's still going. I also swear if this is just a Windows update, that'll be very, very peevy. I'll be peeved. Shut up, computer. It doesn't even get that warm. It's just the fans. They're so loud. The pump has a knock to a low noise adapter on it, so it's not too bad, except for when it kicks up for half a second at the boot up. The fans, though, are pretty bad. And we're just about there. 30%. Come on. Come on. There we go, 30%. I'll stop moving the mouse around. Or at least something. This computer is too much. I should bring back the bolide name out of retirement, because it's just so perfect for moments like this, where 60% of the time it works every time. Just like the bolide, 60% of the time you could beat everything, but the other times you'll just spin out and die. At least that's how the old bolide was. I haven't actually driven the bolide car in BeamNG in like a year. I'll sit here and let you know if it ever dies again, and I can show you what I have to do. And now the display is just cut out. I'm not faking this. Did it crash though? Yes, it did. It did so even better this time though. Oh my gosh, computer, please. Or monitor even, please, just give me controls. Why do you not show controls if there's no input being detected? You stupid monitor. Give me the controls I desire. It was so close too. It was like 85%. Oh. Now the keyboard's gone dark. Did it just reboot? It did. Why did you reboot? Did it blue screen and just not show it? Hurry up and show me what happened, you stupid old computer. I'm going to return to stock settings. I haven't done that in like forever. Just auto voltage and auto clock speed. Oh, did it not register the voltage as auto? I'm gonna go back in the BIOS and double check. Maybe I didn't hit enter even though I'm sure I did. I'll just go back in the BIOS to confirm it. It takes so long to get into BIOS with this machine. CPU core voltage. There. That's what I had to do. Not type in auto like everything else in this computer. Okay. Core voltage. Everything there is auto. If this doesn't work, then this computer is going bye-bye. I got it up and rendering again. You can see we're using not 100% of the CPU, only about half. And it's at 2.3, 2.2 gigahertz, somewhere in that range. It's now taking over 14 minutes, which is, I guess, not bad. 14 minutes compared to like 11, 12 minutes that it said it would take before. I guess that's what the overclock does for you. The system is pretty quiet now though, I will give it that. Maybe I'll just leave it stock forever now, because 16 cores is what you need to overclock for. But yeah, this is it for this computer. Final straw. I don't know why it always jumps at 10%. I don't know what happens at 10%, but it makes it jump. Maybe it's like the points lead up or something. I don't know. It's just a black screen with text probably. Anyways, I'll see you after failure or success. Take your pick. Which will it be? It just did it again. It died again. At stock CPU settings. Is it the memory? I can't remember the last time the memory crashed on me. That's the last thing I can think of. Only other thing I can try is throwing in a GTX 1070 that I have in the read system in the bottom there. Because, like, if it's the AMD drivers actually breaking progress here, that'll be a new low for AMD drivers, and they've been pretty low in the past. Same for NVIDIA drivers, they're not out of fault here either. That time I only got like 20% done, maybe not even. And I'm wondering when it's going to turn off the lights and reboot here. Apparently never, so. You can see the keyboard functions not changing the lights or anything. Caps lock light not coming on. It's crashed. It's just not showing its blue screen. And that, I'm gonna guess that entails a video card driver crash, because it's not showing display. I'll get back to you when I'm either at the desktop or at the render screen. Something else must be done here. Alright, I've now upped the memory voltage and dropped the memory clock and made sure that core enhancement is disabled before it was on auto. I don't know what that does for the Zenith board, but it's off now. Let's go. And because this computer hates me, I'll just record the entire thing and be very, very bored because it'll be very uneventful now that I'm recording. Where can I set this up? Anywhere? Not really. Let's see here. Can you even see that? Probably not. Oh well, that's all I can hope for. Probably obvious, but oh. Of course. Of course. Literally, of course. Why else would it do anything else? I was about to say... What was I about to say? Alright, I'm convinced it's the video card. I'm going to do Mercury playback. That's the only way to get rid of the video card as a factor here. Alright, come on, you bugger. Hurry up. I'm going to try Mercury playback. It's now been stuck doing this post-loop boot thing for like 5 minutes. It's just 100% to pump and like one other thing, I don't know. Just shut up already. Okay. Just turn off the UPS entirely. There we go. I'm gonna hold the power button down for like 10-20 seconds. Give it like that good old hard reset. Bit more time. Hopefully that's like not good enough. And on comes the lights. And on comes the power. And now we wait and see if we ever get past this point. Hey, look at this. We actually have something on the display now. Quick, get into BIOS before it tries to boot and fail again. System was posted in safe mode because of a system instability or if the power button was held to force the system off. Just everything auto. That's probably a bad idea for the memory. 2133 it is. SMT on. Core performance boost on. Performance bias none. No overclocking enhancement. We don't want anything done like that. How is our mouse movement? Seems about fine. Before it was actually quite choppy and awful. And have my fan settings stayed the same? Yes, they have. Okay. Alright, auto. Everything auto, please. It was even running very loose, like stock timings. Alright, I will see you at the next failure. Or I guess we'll wait until we get to Windows logon screen first before anything else. Because really, who knows at this point of that. I'm going to consider that a victory if we can log on. Like, compared to everything else that's gone on tonight, logging on would be an absolute victory. The thing is, I checked the drive for errors. It was scanning and then it said no errors detected. Because I've had this SSD with errors pop up before where it wouldn't like recognize a folder and say it was corrupted. And it's like, oh, okay, I'll do a disk repair, reboot, it fixed itself, it's good to go. And I thought that was something happening here too. But no, it's actually just awful and being trash. Logging on is proving to be difficult. It's just loading. There we go. 4 a.m. hype. Would you believe I started trying to render at like 12? And then I went to go do something expecting it to be done, only to come to a frozen screen. Now, I did think of one thing. Maybe I shut it down prematurely because I had it in power saver mode. And turn off the display happens in 10 minutes, so I will set that to 5 hours. And still in power saver mode. Just gotta close the sidebar. And now we open up Premiere. Close Task Manager. Close Steam because I forgot to cancel its update thing. And then when we get to Premiere, I will set the playback engine to Mercury just so that we get to using one less thing. I like how the AMD suite didn't even start that time. I'll just leave it off. I'll just leave AMD off completely. That means not using the Radeon 7, not launching the Radeon control panel, driver, catalyst, whatever you call it nowadays. Just using the strongest part of my system, the 16-core processor. You need to go to Project Settings. Set it to Software Playback. .720p. 60. Export. Confirm. And I'll get back to you at the next failure. 17 minutes. What did you expect? You saw me set the display to never sleep. It's doing it again. And I don't know why. Why now? It has been absolutely rock solid stable for 2 years. A what? No! I got it back? Cancel. You gotta be kidding me. What happened there? Power options. It's... Turn off the display. Never. Just never ever. I got it back by poking the power button that time. You know, hurry up, please. High performance. You're still going, right? Yeah, it's still going. I cannot believe this thing. It's so random. What is it doing? But legit, another full crash. I'm going to revert GPU drivers because you could argue I should have done that to begin with, but I wanted to try out the new Adrenalin drivers because they looked cool. I heard they were broken. I didn't do anything fancy with them. That's cool though. You can cancel a shutdown by hitting cancel a lot. Just please finish. That's all I ask of you. I wish I could just reapply the overclock without rebooting or opening Rising Master or whatever you call it. Ryzen Master. There you go. It did lock up for like a second because I couldn't test like numlock or caps lock, and I set the display to never go off, yet it went off. I think I'm going to title this video AMD Adrenalin 2020 drivers destroy Radeon 7. Because I think that's what's happening. I've put the processor down so far from where it was, and it's getting the same results. It was 4 gigahertz, all 16 cores, overclocked. And then one GPU driver update boy wildly appears and kills render like a lot. Alright, I'll get to you at the next failure. We're in the home stretch. The display did go off a couple more times. All I had to do was move the mouse. So it is 1,000,000,000% AMD Adrenalin driver related. Because I set the display to never ever shut off. You saw it. Oh. In balance mode, the display can shut off. Ignore that. I'm still going to blame AMD for this because that's easy to do. Because every single part of this computer is AMD or AMD related. You have the G-Skill FireX memory, which is AMD compatible. You have Ryzen Threadripper, obviously AMD. You have Asus Zenith Extreme, obviously AMD CPU board. You have the Radeon 7, that's obviously an AMD graphics card. And, well, the SSD is Intel, but AMD, screw AMD, yeah, we won, we did a render. I can go to bed. Wait, I've still got to put this video together. I still got to render this video. No!